Okay, I'm going to cover in greater detail the animations and font selection on the homepage banner. Okay, so let's make sure we're logged in, and we want to find a slide revolution. Click this. And then the second thumb is the home page. You know what? You can see it says home banner. You want to select that. And once this loads up, each thumb we see here represents each slide in the order that it is in the, on the home page. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so the first one that loads up by default is the home page, and that's the one I work with, just so you can kind of see how it works. Okay, so as I scroll down and I see the actual picture that is there, and then the font. And to edit the font, I select it, and maybe you're not happy with the font choice. So we come over here to font family. We click this, and it'll be a drop down. This is what we're using right now, this Lato fonts. And then as we scroll down, we'll see the standard web fonts, which is Arial, Impact, Home, and that kind of thing. If we start scrolling down more, now we see a huge selection of fonts by Google Fonts. Basically, any Google font you want, you have access to, and I'm pretty sure it's over 700, if not close to 800. So again, it's just too hard and too many to show you what you have access to. So you can change your font here if you know a Google font you like, or want to use a standard Arial font. You select it, and then it preloads here. All right. If you want to change the font weight, the fatness, being bold or whatever, you do that right here. Usually it's in 100 number, so 100 or 400 or whatever. Right now it's as fat as it could be. If you want to change color, that's done right here. You select it, and then you can either move this thing around and move this thing around to kind of get a color you like, right? Or, which is probably the better way, is to put in your color code. Okay, so right now I'm just using a white, for this, because I think it works the best. Okay, so there we got white. All right, sorry about that. Above that, we have the font size. If you want to make something bigger, you change this number. Smaller, you change this number. All right, the one next to it's line height. Unless you have a paragraph, 2 lines, you're not really going to need this, so I really wouldn't worry about it too much. Next to that is basically alignment. So maybe if it's over here, and you're like, oh, I misaligned it by mistake, you can click this and it'll put it back. Same thing with this one down here. This would work the same way. But right now it should be lined up pretty good. I wouldn't worry about these too much. You're really not going to need that or this. Okay, so once you settle on your color, your font type, your font size, now you can look at animations, and it works the same way. Make sure the one you want to work with is selected like we have here, and then click this animation button. And the way you're going to see right now is going to start animating right in here by what you have selected. So right here it says letters flying in. That's how it comes in, and then the one below that is how it leaves or exits or gets ready for the next transition for the next banner to slide in. So if you do your drop down, this is what you have to choose from. All these right here. So again, it's a lot to go over, too many to show you. Click one and see what you like. So I'll click this one, and now it's changing, and maybe you love that one. The option to the right of that also changes how this comes in. And look at this list. It's huge. So again, it's too much to cover. So it's kind of a play around and see what you like. So right now, that's how it's coming in. If I change this thing, now it's doing this. Now it's completely different. All right. So it's a big deal. It's a big difference to cover all of these. So what I would recommend is keep it easy and just cover these. Maybe the nice easy fade in works for you, as opposed to some kind of fancy stuff. And then if you want to go over these, sure, go ahead. But it's probably going to be too many to choose from. Right. So the next of that is actual time it takes for the animation to happen. 2 seconds, 1 second, whatever. I would probably leave it as is. Irina did this when she set it up. She had it set up so they come in at the right time. If you start messing with this, it gets a little difficult to kind of keep track of it. Okay, so once you've set up how you want this to animate and change in your font selections, make sure you click save. Don't leave this page, otherwise you've lost your work. You also have the choice of setting up how the background image comes in. So if I load the home page again, I can see that this background fades in, and then we have an animation. Now it goes out, and this one comes in with a different animation. So if you're not happy about the actual background image, it works the same way. If you come up to the top, you'll see main background, right? And then we can see slide animation. And then you have all these choices, the same thing what's going on the home page. So I can come in here and do slide simple. You can see slide to the right. And if you look over in this area, you'll see what it looks like. This box right over on this side kind of shows you as I roll over what it does. Slide to the left, for instance. If I roll over it, it's going to show me what it looks like. So you can actually work with changing that background image. I would keep it simple. I would leave the background image as it is, how she has set it, and then if you want to play around with the actual font types, font choices, font colors, that kind of thing, then go ahead and do that. But in all honesty, I think the images, the banner image, is what's posing the biggest problem for you in this particular banner. That's just my suggestion, or my I guess observation. I think everything would look cleaner if the actual text was more readable. Okay, I think that'll do it. That should kind of give you a good idea of how this slider actually works and what animations are available to you.